Is it live or is it Memorex? I'm using Riverside.com. Seeing what the story is, I don't know. Oh, I guess I am live because it says stop here. So I guess I is live. I is. It is what it is. Isn't that what the people say right now? All right. Um, well, what's going on with me? It's what day is today? That's always a good thing, right? That's always a good thing when you don't even know what the heck day it is. But hey, it's I think it's Monday. Let's see what it says here. It says yes, it's Monday. It's Monday, May 18th, 2026. It's Monday 8:07 p.m. local time. Coming at you from Brandon, Florida, where right now I just heard a helicopter on top passing by low. I heard some cars closing, some big cars like sheriff deputy cars, and I'm expected to be arrested any minute. I don't know what the charge is gonna be, but it should be fun. I don't know. Obviously, obviously, crocodile tears are very important here in Hillsborough County. I'm getting to really hate these first responders and all that, you know. So what's been going on? Okay, let's go from let's go from the beginning. Okay, and mind you, I'm over here. I'm in my bed. I'm totally naked, just like I was the other day when they came barging in here. I like to be naked in my bed, and it's good because this way they can't see that I'm armed. You know, no need to frisk me. I guess I might have a little Derringer somewhere, but they doesn't really have to be kind of desperate to check me there. You know, they'll do that over there, Central Booking, I guess. I don't know, or whatever they call it over here. I don't know. I don't know what they call it here. 2 weeks ago, Sunday the third, something happened, man. I went to the men's meeting. It's been months since I went to the men's meeting. Months. I mean, I've been attending online, going to my prayer group and stuff like that. 5 o'clock in the morning, and you know, I have encouragement Wednesdays at 12 o'clock, 12:15 or whatever. Then they have a Bible study on I think Thursday, is it? So anyway, that's what's going on as far as uh, as far as that's concerned. I got the fan on. I got the AC going. I got one 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 camera, two two cameras towards the door. I got the door barricaded. I have a chair there. It's right up against it's right up against the the handle, and then I have a 35 pack of Sulphur Hills water in plastic under that, so that this way, even if they get by, that 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 Sulphur Hill water will actually stop it because it's right at the foot of this bed. So actually, we're putting all the weight of this bed, which is a lot. This is a monster bed here. So it's gonna take a little while for them to get through that door, and I'm gonna be like nothing. I'm gonna put on my, I think I'm gonna put in my 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 noise canceling headphones. I got some that are like the ones you use like for going to the shooting range and stuff like that. But this way, when they come, they can bang all they want. Get the get the Hillsborough County Fire Rescue. Get the hacksaw, whatever. Get the get the chainsaw. And go call up Jason with the chainsaw. Whatever. Going banging and let's see where this goes. Maybe somebody in jail has to be prayed for today. Maybe that's the reason for all this. Okay, so let's start this thing, right? And this is being done by Riverside.com. First time I'm using this. Uh, they're supposed to be able to put everything on Facebook, be able to put stuff on YouTube, and I could do like, reaction videos, you know, or live streams like I'm doing now. And I guess it's supposed to hit both of them. I don't know. So anyway, uh, that's what I'm doing. Waiting for the police. Let's. Think they're knocking on them. Someone's knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing the bell. Somebody's knocking at the door. Somebody's ringing the bell. Do me a favor. Don't open up the door and let them in. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. Do do do. I hear you knocking. Go back where you've been. And as a matter of fact, if they call me up, I'm not even taking it. I'm not taking it. They can yell all they want outside the door. I'm just gonna I'll put on my headphones and see something on YouTube. YouTube. I mean not YouTube. Uh, I'll see. Yeah, maybe YouTube. I'll see the life of Paul the Apostle because he was arrested many times. Let's face it. I mean, he was beaten. He was arrested many times. I got one cell phone, an old cell phone here, right, facing right at the door. I got another old cell phone over there facing the door. So you know what? When they come back barging in here, when they start talking about this and that, you know, this way we can start the hopefully it'll be the same policeman that I'm gonna be suing anyway. Oh, I would love that, and it's not and it's right now. This is my Alyssa's shift too. Oh, that would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. But anyway, I'm gonna get into the whole story so that this way you can see what's going on. Strap in, boys. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. I don't know what movie Betty Davis said that in, but I love her. I think she's the greatest female actor ever. And I like Joan Crawford because you gotta be pretty good to keep your mental illness in check. You know, just like Rock Hudson. I mean, if you can be around all these beautiful women like Doris Day and all these other women, Elizabeth Taylor. Oh, sweet. Elizabeth Taylor when she was young. Have you ever seen the movie Little Women? Have you ever seen that movie when she came out with Rock Hudson and they were like oil tycoons? Hey, and Doris Day. And she said, I never knew he was gay. I never. Really? You didn't realize that he wasn't looking at you like a little bit extra, huh? Doris Day. Come on now. He's the Rock. Rock Hudson. He's the Rock, man. I mean, if if he could be good, anybody can be good. Yeah, I tried it and it didn't work out for me. It just didn't work. It just didn't work out for me. What can I say? One bottle down. I got like 35 more of them to go. And let's see what happens here. So 2 weeks ago Sunday, I went to the men's meeting real early. For me to go over there, I need to get an Uber. At that time, sometimes there's no Uber cars here. I have seen the price go up to $50 to go from my house to to the church. Usually, when there's a lot of cars, usually it could be $10, $12. Yeah, because this is Brandon. Everybody hangs out here. When I drove Uber and Lyft, this was my hangout. This was it because there's a lot of people here who go all around Tampa, all around Orlando, all around from Brandon. This is a very good neighborhood. You got to travel a little bit for you to go to uh, Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. It'll be a little bit of you got to travel a little bit. If you want to go to the hood, you got to travel even more. If you want to go to a bad neighborhood, let's say you can go to from here to Claremont, maybe 15, 20 minutes. No traffic. Well, that's a good little distance there, I think. It gives you a little buffer, you know, the distance. You know, I don't know if Claremont is I don't know if Claremont is part of the Hillsborough County Deputies area. I think it is. I don't think it's Tampa. I don't think it's Tampa Police Department. I may be wrong. I don't know. But anyway, we're talking about Sunday. I went to the church, and it was nice going over there. I spoke with the driver. You know, I even invited him to go inside. I prayed with him. I do believe, just like I always do. I always talk to the drivers I could relate. I used to do Uber and Lyft, so I talk about the time when I got robbed at gunpoint driving a cab here, and this was 1995 when I came in. 2 weeks I worked with Yellow Cab, and I was robbed at gunpoint. I picked up four guys, took them out to Malibu Grand Prix, and now looking back on it, it's probably was a setup. The other guy was wanting flagging me down, wanting to go to Carrollwood. So I called the dispatcher. Is anybody coming here for this? I don't want to take somebody else's ride. They said, no, take it away. So the guy gets inside, puts a gun to my head, and he says, this is a holdup. I said, I'm ready to see Jesus, but it doesn't have to be right now. I said, I got the money right here in my shirt pocket. You could take it. You could take the cab. You could do whatever you want. So he tells me go and park in this empty lot right next to Keith's bar. A little bit up more. They had an empty lot there. Construction vehicles there. The tire was bigger than my taxi. That's how big it was. The tires. These earth movers there. dump trucks, whatever, bulldozers. So I'm thinking, man, this guy's gonna kill me in here, you know. And I tell this to all the drivers because they could relate to this kind of stuff, you know. They all think about it. Oh, they can't tell me people who drive Uber and Lyft, you know, are not thinking about this because it happens. You get crazy people that they don't even realize that this is that this is all uh, you know, at least the how do you say, the locations are being recorded. Some of them don't understand because they're very ignorant. Some of them do understand. But anyway, I digress. Going back to going back to that situation. So the guys with the gun to my head were over there in an empty lot, just big giant construction vehicles in there. I thought to myself, the flash, it won't even be seen outside because there's so many construction vehicles in here. Now, I know some drivers, they say, oh, if that happens to me, I'll jam on the gas. And I tell them, you throw that gun down on down on the floor before we smash into something. I mean, you know, for a couple of bucks, for $90, that's what I had on me. I had $90. That's it. For $90, I'm gonna do all that? Heck no. No, 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 no. Uh, no, 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 no. I've driven a cab. I've driven for car services. Driven for Uber and Lyft. In New York, I used to drive a yellow cab in New York City. I used to pick up and drop off anybody. I once picked up O.J. Simpson with a bloody knife. No, that wasn't me. I wish that would have been cool. That would have been cool. I'm so yeah, but no, that didn't happen. But anyway, okay, I thought I heard something. Yeah. But anyway, uh, the, the guy, he has the gun to my head. So I tell him. So I'm over here waiting for the gunshot. The dog. Milo. So anyway, I'm gonna take him time to get through this. So anyway, um, where was I? Yeah, Milo is barking, so there's probably somebody at the door. Probably Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputy, whatever. Uh, Maybe they even tried to Baker Act me, so it might be. Who knows? Who knows? But we're gonna get to the bottom of it. Somebody needs prayer today, either at lockup or at the what is that place that they call Greenleaf or whatever, that mental place that they got over here around like Osborne, around Middleton High School. I don't know, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, I know I picked up a passenger from there once, and that guy was like, he was wearing like pajamas and stuff. I said, "Yo, man, did you escape?" And stuff? He said, "No, I didn't escape." I said, "Yo, man, I don't want to get involved." But anyway, man, the what was I saying? Yeah. So here I am with a gun to my head, and and here goes the silence. It was the worst thing ever, man. It's the worst thing. The silence. The silence. It. I start thinking, man, I'm gonna leave my wife. Young. You know. I'm gonna leave my kids. I had two 2-year olds and one that was just a couple of months. So I'm gonna leave three kids. I'm not gonna leave them. All I'm gonna leave them is alone, like the song says. Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. And when he died, all he left us was alone. Actually, maybe I should sing it. Make believe I'm the Temptations. You know, I don't know if I could do the voice of Eddie Kendricks because that guy had a heck of a voice, man. He was way up there. But I could do it if I put on like really tight underwear, like maybe of my other son. You know that I think he has like a 32 waist or something like that. I think if I try to get into that, I can hit those high notes. Anyway, somebody's trying to get in touch with me, but I don't even want to look at it. I don't want to look at it. I know it's either email or text message. So I'm not even looking at it. Somebody just said they're right outside the door. I don't know. But anyway, go on to the. Let me get this story out the way at least, and let me see if I can find the noise canceling things because they're gonna have to bust down that door. So anyway, uh, so I told the guy, I said, look, I said we started talking, and he said, oh well, you know, I don't have no money and this and that. So I told him, I said, hey, if you want to, man, we can go out and you know, I can get you some, I can get you a meal. You know? He said, no, forget. Yeah, what the heck do I know? I'm over here fighting the guy to go to IHOP or something. What the heck? I'm gonna be friends with this guy then. So anyway, I told the guy, I said, look, I said, why don't you let me walk all the way to the back over there where that bulldozer is, and I could relieve myself over there, and you can do whatever you want to. More silence, and I was like, man, I was kind of like bracing for the hit. You know, I said, this guy's gonna crack me over the head or shoot me. You know, and it's nuts, man. You know, I used to work in New York City, pick up anybody, take them anywhere. And I had people beat the fare, you know, just run out or whatever. That's pretty much expected. But I never really had any kind of problems, you know. So I think all the crazy people I should have picked up in New York, they moved down here to Florida, and I'm picking them up down here. So anyway, this guy tells me, he says, okay, go, you know. So I was like, wow. So I slowly get out the car. I'm not moving anything. I'm not moving fast at all. You know? So anyway, I hit somebody. I think they took the dog to the room because I don't hear him barking anymore. So anyway, uh, and he tells me, he said, go over there. So I get out the cab. I get a real good look at his face because he was right behind me. So I get out, he gets out. So I said, all right, man, take care. So I start walking towards the back. And it's dirt. It's dirt, so you can't really hear if somebody's behind you or not. I just kept on. I didn't look back. I just kept on walking. Went all the way to the back. There was a bulldozer there. There was a chain link fence all the way at the back. How much distance was it? I'd have to say maybe 300 feet, something like that. It was a real big lot. It was just maybe a little bit north of Keith's Bar, which was like at that time I don't know if I don't even know if it's still there. It's a gay bar there, but anyway, on Nebraska near Fletcher. So anyway, I go to the back and I pee on the tire there. That's bigger than the cab. And when I finish, I look around and I still see the cab there. So I take like 10 steps towards that stop. Somebody's right outside the door playing with the handle, I think. Anyway, um, so I take 10 more steps, sort of like on the side, because I want to look at an angle. I want to see if anybody's in the cab. I don't want to go over there and surprise the guy. I don't, I'd rather him take the cab and leave me alone. So I don't see anybody in there from the angle that I was at. So I went a little bit more to the other side to see if I could look in. And I still didn't see anybody in there. So I cautiously kept on taking a couple of steps, stopping, looking around. Took a couple more steps, stopped, looking around, until I finally got very near the cab. So there was nobody there. Then I went to the corner of Fletcher, Nebraska, and they had a payphone. Remember the payphones in there? That's It's a long time ago. I always have payphones. I don't even think they got those things anymore. But anyway, uh, we were. I called the police. I told them what was going on. I called up the base yellow cab, and I told them what happened. And right away the police came, and I told them. I said, "Look," I said, "This is." I said, "As far as I know, and, it might be one of those Glocks or something, because it was like square against my temple. You know, you could feel it like straight across. It wasn't like but what do I know? That's it. There's the dog guy. Huh? He's barking a lot. Well, forget about the dog. If anything, it's a Chihuahua dog. So his name is Milo, and he can terrorize their toes, or annihilate their ankles, or he could jump up high and bite them on the lower part of their thigh, or whatever. I used to hate him, but now I love him. I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him when they take me out of here, or when I lose my mind. One of the two. So anyway, uh, the a police detective came to visit me, and he showed me like 6 pictures. Showed me 6 pictures of very similar guys to the one who robbed me. And he asked me, "Was it?" He said, "Are you one of these guys?" And I said, "This guy's done it to how many cab drivers?" And he said, "Well, he's done it to a couple of cab drivers already. Right? He's cracked their heads open, so they finally got him. I don't know how. I don't know how they got him, but they got him because remember, a lot of these cab drivers, they have big guns, man. You know, maybe when he put the gun to somebody's head, they probably, you know, they be putting their gun like facing backwards with their thumb on the trigger, and they can shoot like that or whatever, I don't know. But anyway, they caught the guy, and that's the last I heard of that. And so anyway, let's fast forward. Let's fast forward to 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I went to the men's meeting, and I couldn't walk up to the front. I had come in late anyway. It's from 7:15 to 8:15 on Sunday morning. I think I got there like 7:30, something like that. Anyway, I got there late, so I sat down right at the closest men's group. Like they put everybody like in a men's group, and they got like whatever, they got a couple of people here, it's like 100 something guys in that place at that time. I know it's crazy, right? To see 100 something guys getting up at that time to go to church, of all places. So anyway, um, So I was in a group that was very close to the door. I figured I'm late. I may as well do that. So I sit down, and there was a guy who was talking. Who was talking very lightly, and I couldn't hear him. So I got up to get closer to him, and I'm over here losing my balance. I'm ready to go on the floor. This guy that was next to me, he grabbed my arm. He saw what was going on. He grabbed my arm, and I was able to correct myself. And I sat down, and I said, "Oh boy, this is really gonna be a heck of a good day." So anyway, um, I I don't know if I'm bored or tired. Very possible that I'm tired. Very possible because I don't sleep much. I don't sleep much, and these last 2 weeks have been terrible. So anyway, um, I didn't think too much about it. I said, well, whatever. So I get out of church, and I get a Uber coming here to the house. I stopped at the donut shop first, and I think I even stopped at the McDonald's, and the Uber driver was a Cuban guy, and there was this lady at the McDonald's that she had white dreadlocks. It looked like it was a mop. It looked like it was a brand new mop head in her hair. And I looked at her, and I said, "That's very unique, that you have that." And he said, "Oh, thank you," and this and that. So she gave me the food. We got the coffee, got donuts, got McDonald's, got a Big Mac meal, got a chicken nugget. I'm set. I'm set for the whole day. So we come back, and the Uber driver, he said, "You actually told her that she looked cute like that?" And I said, "Well, what do you want me to do? I mean, I'm not gonna start arguing with her about how she looks. I don't want her spitting on my food. All I want is for her to give me my card back, give me my Visa card back, give me my food, make sure it's all there, and let me get her home. Get her home." So anyway, I get the food, get home, and we were laughing, we were cracking jokes, throughout the whole trip. And the guy, he was telling me that I was his passenger before. And he said, "I still got your card, And 'cause I was giving cards to people that I wanted to be the Spanish pastor at that church. And I was telling everybody, look, it says Spanish pastor there, but I want you to pray so that I can become the Spanish pastor there. So anyway, the guy, he said, "No, I got your card. I got your card." I tell him, "Okay, I'm gonna give you a tip, and it's gonna be the same as my apartment number, so that this way you can, if you get any kind of problem, you need prayer or anything, you know where I'm at, and now you know my apartment. It's right in your tip." So anyway, I go, and I try to go up the stairs because I got like two little stairs. I got the curb, and the guy was telling me, "You want me to help you?" And I said, "No, usually I'm okay, girl." I put the McDonald's down. I put the coffee down. I put the donuts down. Then I go, and I try to lift up the walker because I gotta lift it up the curb. And then I gotta lift it up two little steps, and then put it chained up like where people put their bikes at. I put that there, and then I I go, and then I walk upstairs with all the stuff, or I leave it downstairs. I usually have the coffee and the donuts downstairs, sitting in the walker, and then I'll just take the bag of the McDonald's and just take it upstairs. That's usually what I do. I put it in my backpack, and I just take it upstairs. So anyway, that's what I was thinking of doing. But I noticed that I was weaker than usual. But I said maybe I don't know. Maybe I need to get some more therapy or something, or exercise a little bit more, which I haven't been doing. Maybe I got to lose some weight, which I should be doing also. You know. So anyway, uh, I go upstairs, didn't think too much about it. Ate a donut, which I shouldn't be doing because I'm diabetic. But and I leave them some a donut and a coffee cake muffin. I left that for them, right? For my ex, who's there with her son. I don't want to say my son because we haven't checked DNA on this thing yet, right? The Murray show is still waiting. I guess they're still waiting for the test results. So anyway, um, at night, I don't know why it was like 12 o'clock or something like that, maybe even earlier, maybe 11:30. I go and I get out of my room. I think my son was already asleep. Well, whoever that is. Let's just call him my son, just to the sake of argument. He was asleep, and the ex was awake. I was just going out to the living room because I said, "Let me just see a little TV, and I'll go." So sure enough, we start talking about different things. So I put my recorder on. I put my recorder on, or I put the. There was the dog again. He's really agitated. Oh, he's really agitated now. Really agitated. So anyway, uh, I go to the kitchen to make like a sandwich or something, and I felt like really dizzy. Like if I was going to, like if I had a double stroke. I had a double stroke in June of 2022. Sending me a message, but I ain't looking at it. I'm not taking no messages now. Please leave a message. I'm not talking with nobody. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put it do not disturb any minute. I don't want to talk to nobody. I want to talk to Jesus. That's it. That's the only person I want to talk to right now. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus on the main line. Tell him what you want. That's who I want to talk to. That's the only person. He's the lover of my soul. So I'm recording a conversation. Sometimes I even start doing a video recording, because these things can go south real quick with her, you know. And I'm just a visitor here, you know. I shouldn't be alone because of my double stroke. But anyway, sometimes it's just like the Bible says, it's better to be on the roof, exposed to the elements. It's better like that than to be with a contentious woman. But do I listen to the Bible? Nah, I read it sometimes, but do it? Nah, I have to start doing it though, because this is getting ridiculous. I'm 68 years old. I should know better. So anyway, I feel real dizzy, and then I start feeling different, like lightheaded. It was a dizziness, sort of like, I don't know if you ever had like a real bad cough, one of those hacking coughs, and you keep on coughing and coughing and coughing to the point where you get a little bit dizzy because I guess all your oxygen is gone out your lungs or whatever. I know previous to that, I was laughing because she said something about like the dog had pissed or something like that. Or she thought it was piss and this and that. I said, well, why don't, I said, why don't you pass I said, why don't you pass your tongue on it to see if it was just water or if the dog pissed on it, you know. And I started laughing at that, and of course she didn't like it, but I don't care, we've been divorced since 11 to 11. It's November the 2nd, 2011 at 2:43 p.m. and there was 17 seconds on the clock at the Hillsborough County 800 Twigs where all the courts are at. I was there. She wasn't there because she trusts me. She knows I'm not gonna rip her off. So anyway, I went and what was I talking about? What was I talking about? I forgot. I was talking about getting divorced. Oh, I was talking about getting lightheaded. And I sat down and I felt even more lightheaded. So I called 911. I didn't have my pendant on this thing here. I didn't have it on. You know. This I put it on and usually I just press this and then this is just the same as this works pretty good actually. I don't gotta be messing around. Is the phone on? Is it off? This and that. With this one here, I'm talking with the 911 operator right away. So anyway, the I tell him what's going on. I said I'm lightheaded. Had a double stroke a couple of years ago, and I like to be seen by the, I like to go to emergency room. I think I had something else. Maybe they're trying to message me to tell me to come up. But I guess they really can't tell if I've seen it. Unless if they're messaging me through Facebook, I guess they could tell if I'm seeing it. If I saw the message. I Well, I guess they could see it if I saw the how you say it, text message. I guess they could tell because when you see it, it's no longer bold letters, right? So anyway, um, the police, need to get the police, the fire, Hillsborough County Fire Rescue came. 3 people. Got a guy, looked like Ray Ray. Got another guy. I don't know why he reminds me of this guy from the movie Joe Dirt. I don't know why. And then we got this tattooed DEI girl. Yeah, I guess Hillsborough County is woke or whatever. So anyway, I don't even think they, talking to me. I told them what was going on. I feel lightheaded, this and that, blah blah blah. I have a door ring over there, but my I don't know if my son is he just doesn't want to let me get footage, or it's just there to be able to talk to somebody. I don't know. I know I asked him how much it is, how much is the monthly, because he said that they weren't paying for a monthly, and I asked him how much it was, He never told me. So I'm thinking maybe he does have it. Maybe he does have the monthly monitoring, but he doesn't want me to get the footage. Whatever. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really that hard up for money. Not really. So anyway, I'm not gonna say I'm rich, but I don't spend my money badly. I don't go partying. I don't even go to comedy clubs. Some people want to pay me to go do comedy, and I don't. I don't. Why? Because first of all, these people are just barely giving me enough to go to the place, come back, and you know, it's kind of too much. It's kind of too much. They're just not paying me. You know, go to these places anyway. They do offer. They do offer because I do pretty good. I sing okay. I have funny songs that I've written. But anyway, I digress. I digress. Yeah, these people come in. Got Ray Ray, Joe Dirt, and who's the girl? I don't know. I don't know. Gina Carano. She's Gina Carano, or because Gina Carano just lost quickly fighting fighting Ronda Rousey. I mean, a lot of people have got have lost to Ronda Rousey, so I just didn't think it was gonna be that quick. You know, it was like, what the heck? Who? Yeah, that's just nuts. But it's just the same thing in the boxing. You get knocked out in a couple of seconds. I've never gotten knocked out in a couple of seconds, and I fought a lot when I used to deal drugs in New York City and in prison. Uh, Faced 5 to 15 over there fighting against other dealers, rip-off boys, police. You know, some were okay, some police were okay. Some of them were total jerks. Some of them, you just had to throw down because if not, they would kill you. Uh, I don't know what was going on in their head, but anyway. Uh, Unfortunately, I did a lot of stuff. Some of the stuff I can't even talk about because of the fact that there's no statute of limitations on some of this stuff. So, what can I say? Maybe I'll put it on a website, and when I'm dead and gone, and after 4 days, because 3 days, people have been raised from the dead at 3 days. So let's make it at the fourth day. The website will come on and tell all, I guess. And I don't know how long this thing is going. This thing doesn't really sing. And I don't know why they don't have a timer kind of thing over here. It would be nice if they had a timer thing. But anyway, uh, Pookie, Ray Ray, Joe Dirt, and who's a girl that has tattoos? Obviously, DEI, anyway, whatever. So they don't even carry me down the stairs. Now think about it. Here I am. Had a double stroke 4 years ago. I tell them that I'm lightheaded, I'm dizzy. You would think that they would have carried me downstairs. No, no, hell no. Well, first of all, even before that, they tell me that they want to take me to Bryan Hospital, Bryan HCA Hospital, and I said no, I want to go to the VA hospital. Oh, that's outside our area. What do you mean outside your area? I don't know because that if we go to the VA, that's gonna take hours. I don't. I can drive from here to the VA maybe 35 minutes tops at this time. At this time, and this is almost 9 o'clock. So I don't know what's keeping these police from coming in here. It's dark. Unfortunately, I have the light on, so I can't tell if the lights are on outside. And the dog, I don't know, maybe they put him in another room or something. I don't know. But anyway, uh, these people, they put me in. They had me walk down the stairs, which I think was negligent. It was very negligent on their part. I mean, I only live on the second floor. They could have strapped me in, and they could have carried it down the stairs. But since it's Riri and Joe Dirt, you know, and I guess they can't really. You're not gonna be able to depend on a 115-pound girl, you know, and not really. I mean, some women, I guess they can defend themselves. They should be first responders. They earn it. They can do the job. And then you got some women. It's just a DEI position. And here, we got a mayor that's that's gay. So she's a lesbian. So the how do you say the acolyte power is strong here. I just heard somebody call my name. Should I look at this? Should I look and see what this is? So this guy Ray, yeah, we got somebody sent me a message here or something. Reset your website password. Oh, we got we need to paste you on recent app use. Used by voice recorder. Okay. Anyway. Ready to place your order. What recording finished. Check the view. I don't know what the heck is going on with this. To tell you the truth. Okay, just say clear all. Forget it. Somebody. Riverside.fm. Reset your Riverside password. Okay. So I don't even know if this thing is working. If it is, fine. If it's not, well, that's fine too. I got two other cameras. Maybe I should put this one on just in case. So that this way I'll be able to put the video thing in here. Put eyes on me. Put another eye on me. And there he is. Because I don't even know if this thing is working or anything. So now, oh, I stopped it. Get it going. There we is. Look, I can look at I can see myself. Let's see here. About that. It's just the Riverside thing. Riverside. Okay. Anyway. Let me kind of put it over here on the side so that this way it'll be a good shot when they show the police dragging me away here. Maybe you'll see my naked butt. It might be R-rated, uh, kind of. I don't know. I have to do some video editing. Do this way I can keep it down to PG-13. And by PG-13, I'm not talking about Pretty Gangster, like a song I once wrote. PG-13, Pretty Gangster, Pretty Gangster. I'm a PG-13, Pretty Gangster. Ah, jeez. Oh, you see, my mind is like I said, something happened. You know, on that Monday night, 2 weeks ago today. So they put me in the they put me in the thing here. Well, the guy over here, he wanted to take me to Brandon. I wanted to go to VA, and then he says, "Well, I'm not going over there." So he starts packing up. He starts packing up. So I start thinking, what the heck is going on? So I said, "Look, okay, I'll go to Brandon." I figured I go to Brandon. It's better than not going at all, you know. So anyway, I uh, I get in. They get me downstairs. Walking down the stairs, there goes the dog again. And and I'm nervous, man. I said, man, if I fall down from here, I'm gonna kill myself because that thing is like it's like iron and concrete. It's like that wrought iron, you know, and it's like that concrete. You know, it's like very hard. It's 18 steps plus two, like a little platform, and then you got the curb. So they're taking me down. They don't even have a gate belt to put around my chest area, so that this way, if God forbid anything happens, they could hold on to me or whatever. No, no gate belt. You know, just walk on down. So they get into the. They put me on the like folding bed that they got there, gurney or whatever, and then uh, they start strapping me in. Strap. And I said, man, are we going to the moon or something? It's all recorded. Because, like I said, I was recording because I was talking to her. And whenever I talk to her, I record it because I don't want no problem. I don't want to say, oh, no, I told you this or that. I don't want no problems, you know. Especially when they start talking about her son or whatever, you know, all these other problems, whatever. I've had enough of this. You know. I've known this woman since 1987. We've been divorced for a long time, and now it's just time for me to go. You know, I'm gonna go. God willing, I'll live. Once I finish with this, once they interview me, oh, something happened here. Unable to connect. We were unable to connect. Now they turned off. Now they turned off the internet on me. That's what it is. But I can get internet over here, and I could hook it up. Yeah, contact we're unable to connect. Try again. So, uh-huh. They can't do that. They can't get me in, man. But it still says that I'm connected. It says Spectrum. It looks like I'm still connected. Let me see this here. Maybe I just did a time limit thing. I don't know. Let me see, what's this here? Yeah, I got a signal here on the cell phone. And how about over here on this computer? What is this saying here? Am I able to go over here? Am I able to go to, let's say, Facebook? Let's go to YouTube. Am I able to go to YouTube? Yeah, it looks like I'm able to go to YouTube. You ain't female, somebody won a race, and they're not even female. So I'm able to go to YouTube. I'm able to go to Facebook. Get 10 messages. Am I able to go on Netflix? It says who's watching. Me, I'm watching. You got Raw. They got Raw. It started at 8:15. Oh, it's incredible. All they need is Rey Mysterio. They used to love Rey Mysterio. They got Raw. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna watch this new thing here called Man on Fire. I don't know why this thing is not working. But